Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel. In this unique story series, the enchanting world of fairy tales meets the timeless wisdom of fables. We will weave together beloved characters and narratives from both realms in a shared universe. Thus, we create interesting tales that are both familiar and fresh. You'll encounter characters you thought you knew, but as their stories unfold, you'll discover new facets of their personalities and backgrounds, and see them in a whole new light. As we delve into these crossover stories, you will discover the complexities of each character and the challenges they face. This episode is a prequel series to the story of Little Red Cap. The protagonist of this series is Wolvie, the famous wolf who is Little Red Cap's nightmare and many people's favorite character. This series will follow Wolvie's adventures, revealing new facets of him as his story unfolds. So, join us on this exciting journey and get ready to see your favorite characters like never before. Through these stories, we hope to bring you laughter, surprise, and a deeper understanding of these timeless characters. Now, let's get started.
In the heart of the ancient forest, where sunlight gently filtered through the emerald leaves, a wolf named Lupa lived with his son, Wolvie. Wolvie's dark gray fur was marked with a single white streak down his back, resembling a lightning bolt. As the seasons changed, Lupa, feeling the weight of his years, sensed his mortality. One evening, he summoned Wolvie to his side. "Wolvie," the old wolf began, "to survive in the forest, you must learn from those who understand its secrets. Seek out my old friend, Reinart the fox. He is well versed in the ways of cunning and survival. Remember, Wolvie, wisdom is not always found in strength. Reinart will teach you lessons that go beyond mere teeth and claws." Thus Wolvie set forth and found Reinart, a fox with reddish fur and brilliant eyes. "Ah, young Wolvie," Reinart greeted, "what brings you to my home? It's been a long time since your last visit." Wolvie told Reinart about Lupa's passing and his final words. Saddened by the loss of his old friend, Reinart said, "You seek wisdom. Very well. I've been feeling lonely since my son and my Padawan left. You can stay here, and I will be your mentor." Wolvie responded, "Thank you, Reinart. I am honored to learn from you. Just curious, where have Goopel and Puzzle gone?" Reinart replied, "They believed they were no longer Padawans, so they went to the town in order to get more opportunities." Wolvie, with wide eyes, asked, "Is the town really that good?" Reinart responded, "They thought the town was like Cheese Station N, having much more cheese than here. But this is just like thinking the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. Anyway, after you learn more, you may feel free to decide your own path." And so, Wolvie's lessons began. On a hot summer day, Reinart, the fox, and Wolvie, the young wolf, were strolling through the forest. They spotted some grapes ripening on a vine that was trained over a high branch. Reinart turned to Wolvie and said, "Wolvie, see if you can get those grapes. They will quench our thirst." Wolvie backed up a bit, ran and jumped, but he missed the grapes. He tried again and again, but he couldn't reach them. Finally, he attempted to climb the tree but fell to the ground. Then he turned to Reinart, unsure of how to proceed. Reinart said, "Wolvie, some things you want are just like forbidden fruit. It is just too difficult or risky to get them. You should let go and search for other opportunities. Otherwise, it may do more harm than good. To deal with disappointment, you can tell yourself the grapes are sour and not as ripe as they seem to be." Wolvie said, "I see. I'm so hungry now. Let's find some food." As they walked away, Wolvie cast one last longing glance at the grapes, a hint of stubborn defiance still lingering in his eyes. While Reinart and Wolvie were strolling through the forest, they noticed a crow perched on a tree with a piece of meat in her beak. Reinart saw this as an opportunity for another lesson. He said, "Watch this, Wolvie." Then, Reinart called out to the crow, "What a beautiful bird you are. You should have a very lovely voice, since everything else about you is so perfect. Could you sing just one song? I know I should hail you Queen of Birds." The crow, flattered by Reinart's words, cawed loudly. But as she opened her beak, she dropped the meat. Quick as a flash, Reinart picked it up and ate it. After enjoying the entire meat, Reinart turned to Wolvie and explained, "Wolvie, try to find the vulnerabilities of your targets or opponents. Then use your cunning to attain your goal." Having no meat to eat, Wolvie felt his stomach rumble. Wolvie said, "I see, but I'm very hungry now. I need to find some food." Reinart nodded and said, "Okay, that makes sense. Follow me." Then, Reinart and Wolvie walked deeper into the forest. They came across a lion and a bear, both circling a large piece of meat. "It's not yours, it's mine," roared the lion. "It's mine, not yours," growled the bear. Reinart and Wolvie saw this and hid themselves in the brush, observing what would happen next. The lion and the bear wrestled fiercely, flying in all directions, until they collapsed from exhaustion. That's when Reinart, who had been watching the entire time, seized his chance. He swiftly snatched the large piece of meat and sprinted away. The lion and bear didn't even notice. After Reinart and Wolvie had eaten the meat, Reinart explained, "Wolvie, sometimes it's better to be an observer. Let others exhaust themselves in their quarrels. Remember, cunning isn't just about tricks. It's about knowing when to watch from the sidelines and when to join the game. When the time is right, step in and claim the prize." This was another valuable lesson that Wolvie learned from Reinart, a lesson about timing and the art of cunning.
That brings us to the end of this episode. For your information, this story is inspired by Aesop's fables, including The Fox and the Grapes, The Fox and the Crow, The Lion, the Bear, and the Fox. Besides, the cheese station end mentioned comes from the book Who Moved My Cheese? For the time being, this series is not intended to be connected with stories from Reinart the Fox and Isengrimus, or Isengrim, the Wolf. If you like this story, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. There is also a text version available for reading on our Patreon site. The site also has links where you can view or download English versions of Grimm's fairy tales and Aesop's fables for free. Your support helps us create more content like this. Thank you for watching. See you next time.